Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this video. And so, we're going to be going over the week 7 of the NFL in terms of my picks for who's going to win. Now, right now, the Arizona Cardinals, they're still 6-0 at this point in the season. Obviously, the Rams are right on their trail inside of that NFC West division. They're 5-1. You look at the Buccaneers and what they've been able to do. They're also 5-1. Packers, they're currently 5-1. Can't overlook them. Vikings and Bears tied at 3-3 apiece. And then just looking at the AFC side, the Baltimore Ravens seem to be like one of the hottest teams playing right now. Obviously, they lost earlier in the year, but they have rebounded nicely, and they look phenomenal right now. They tore apart a very good Chargers team last week, so absolutely looking forward to seeing them versus the Bengals. That's one matchup there. Steelers and Browns, they're 3-3. Raiders and Chargers both at 4-2. Obviously the Chargers have the tiebreaker winning head-to-head, but the Broncos and Chiefs right behind at 3-3. So many good things. You got Tennessee coming off their big win against Buffalo, with them being 4-2 now, 2-0 in the division. And so they got a big win over the Bills, but a big loss against the Jets. So many exciting things that has happened this season. And so let's go ahead now and dive into what's going to happen, starting with tonight's matchup. The Broncos versus the Browns. The Browns, so many injuries. No Nick Chubb's here, no Kareem Hunt, no Baker Mayfield. A lot of guys that are currently down right now in the Denver Broncos. They've got a pretty, I still think they got a pretty good defense here. Teddy Bridgewater, if he can go out there and play at a high level in this one. I feel like this one could still be a close game. It'll still be a close game, but I think the Broncos win this one ultimately 20-14. 20-14 is my final pick here. Let's see. Jets versus Patriots. I've got the Patriots winning this one. I think a final score of Patriots 24. Jets get about 10 points, 24-10, I'm thinking. All right, Bengals, Ravens. I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people expect. I know the Ravens, they're playing extremely well, and they should be highly favored in this one. But I give a lot of respect to the Cincinnati team. I really do. And so in this matchup here, I think Cincinnati's going to come out with a lot of energy, but so are the Ravens. Ultimately, I think Baltimore wins this one 31-24, being the final score, 31-24. All right. So here we go, the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And right now, Kansas City's defense has been a problem. They did beat the Washington football team last week. They are 3-3. However, Tennessee, coming off the win they just had against Buffalo, I feel like that's going to be big in terms of just their confidence as a team. They're going to be at home here. And so, there's so many things to look forward to for them. Now, I did know that in that win, they did end up losing a couple of defensive backs. That was huge. I feel like at that win, that came at a cost. And going against Kansas City right now, the weapons that they have, both teams' defenses are going to have a lot of work to do in this one. But ultimately, King Henry has showed me against Buffalo. I think Tennessee comes out here and they win. Final score being Tennessee 31, Kansas City 26. So Tennessee 31, Kansas City 26. All right, next up, you've got the Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins, and so we know that the Deshaun Watson rumors, they're heating up. Tua, he's got to definitely hear about that and what's going on with that place. He may very well end up with the Washington football team. That's a lot going on right now. They just lost to Jacksonville. And so I think ultimately Atlanta finds a way to win this game, and it's going to be by the final score of 24-23. Falcons over the Dolphins. And so Eagles going down to the Raiders. And so the Eagles, they've had some ups and downs this season. They played against Tampa pretty close, 28-22. The Raiders right now, they're 4-2. Going at home, down there to Las Vegas, that's going to be a tough one for the Eagles to overcome right now. Which version of Jalen Hurts are we going to see? That's a good question. But I'm going to go ahead and lean with the Raiders here, and I got Raiders winning this one, final score being Raiders 23, Eagles 16. All right, Houston versus Arizona. And so, Houston, Davis Mills versus that Arizona Cardinals team that's red hot. I've got Arizona winning this one, final score being 38-13. So I'll go Cardinals 38-13 on this one. Colts versus 49ers. This will be Sunday Night Football, so this will be a game that I'll be doing my play-by-play for. Both teams having disappointing starts to the season. 49ers being at home. I don't even know who's really going to be playing quarterback, to be honest, at that point. But I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a game that if you're the Colts, you got to win this one. Like, you absolutely have to win this one. So I think that this is a game that is winnable for them, and I think the Colts end up winning this one 23-19. 23-19. All right. Washington football team going down to the Green Bay Packers. I think we see something similar to what we saw last week against the Kansas City Chiefs in terms of Washington when they went against them, especially on the road down there in Green Bay. Green Bay wins this one, final score being, I think Green Bay scores 38, and I think the Washington football team scores 21, so 38-21. All right, the Panthers versus the Giants. Oh, man, this is going to be – I think this one's going to be tough because if we get the Giants team that showed up like they did against the Saints, then I got to go that direction. However, the Panthers lately, they haven't been playing their best ball. I know that they're one of the teams that has inquired at least about, will have some interest about Marlon Mack, because, right now there's no Christian McCaffrey, and Hubbard, he's doing the best that he can do, but, is that enough to really help the offense be as effective as they could be? Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to say that Carolina gets it together right now and that Carolina finds a way to win, final score being 22-19 in this one. And let's not forget, Stephon Gilmore is going to return, so that's going to make a big difference as well, I should say. So, yeah, 22-19, Carolina over the Giants. Detroit going down to the Rams, and so the Rams, they're going to come out. They know that they're a game behind the Cardinals here, and the Cardinals, against Houston very well that's a winnable game for them. So the Rams, I expect them to come out early and often, try to get a lot of points. I expect the ground game to be a big factor as well, in addition to complement the pass game. So I think the Rams win this one, final score being 45 to about 24. 45-24, Rams win this one. All right, so we've got Buccaneers going against the Bears. Now, last year, this game was a lot closer, but it was very close. It looked like, matter of fact, I think the Bears that I can't remember if they won that one or not, but I remember that it was extremely close. I think they did win that one against Tampa last year. Will they be able to do it on the road this time against the Buccaneers? I don't think so. Not this time around. It'll be – I think the Buccaneers will win this one, final score being Buccaneers 29, Bears about – I think the Bears score about 16 points, 29-16. That's my final score, Buccaneers over the Bears. Okay, and for our Monday Night Football matchup, the Saints versus the Seahawks. I think ultimately when it's all said and done, I think the Saints end up winning this one 23-19. And so I think it's a close one, but I think the Saints still win this one on the road 23-19. So there you have it, guys. Those are my picks. Now, obviously, I can certainly understand if anybody wants to make a case for, Miami over the Falcons. Just we don't even know who's going to be playing quarterback. I could see a potential for the Eagles to have an upset here. I really could see that as a possibility. 49ers, I feel like they just about even on paper there. The 49ers could very well win that one. Giants I could see them winning that one as well. And maybe even the Seahawks at home, possibly. I think Gino, if he could just do a little bit better and get more time, I think he could lead them to some W's here. I can see the Chiefs also coming out looking ready to play and taking apart that secondary. I can see that being a possibility. And don't be surprised if the Bengals do find a way to upset the Ravens here. But I got the Ravens winning this one, but I'm watching the Bengals in this one, and I really want to see how they do in this one. This will tell me a lot about the Cincinnati Bengals team, honestly. But ultimately, I expect the Ravens to win, but would not be surprised if it went the other way. But there you have it. Those are my picks. Definitely let me know, some picks that you guys have, if you want to let me know your scores as well or who you got winning each matchups in the comment section as well. Hey, I'm all for that as well. But appreciate you guys so much for tuning in for this video and seeing my picks. And I look forward to seeing you guys, next time.